As a team, I think we felt pretty good going into week 8, finally the turn. I think their biggest thing was we felt like we sold ourselves short in that tournament. It was our tournament to lose. But I think we moved on from it pretty well. We got better from it, which is the only thing you really can do and the best thing to do.
No, if anything, I think it lit a fire under us. We kind of realized that we are beatable and we are human. It was good for us. So we kind of realized, all right, let's just lock back in. Last home stretch. The big thing is winning the championship. So that's what we just kind of been focused on.
So coming into the heat check series, we were practicing hard, watching a lot of film, doing a lot of scrims, and just getting really prepared for the series.
The biggest thing Pacific was really just Killy, their shooting guard. He was like their X factor. When he came in, they were like 0-5, I think, when he finally got brought into their team. So going into that series, we knew that like he was the X factor. If we took him out of the game, we'd probably have a good chance. That's what we ended up doing.
Game 1 was it was a close game all the way up until the end. They were fighting, to be honest. All of them, they came out ready to play, so it was a close game all the way through.
Game 2, I feel like we just came in with the same momentum from Game 1, and I think we just had the Heat's number. I just don't think they were ready for us, and we just were able to pick apart their defense, and they couldn't stop our offense.
The sweep against the Heat was actually really big for us. It was really good for our mental, get us back on track, get us back in that win streak mode, and get us back in we got to get back our swagger in a sense.
It felt great to sweep heat check. Yeah, that was something that was definitely great to build back our momentum.
Yeah, going into week 8 after sweeping Miami and then having the Mavs come up, we knew it was big to get another sweep. We see the standings every day. We felt getting a sweep, 2 sweeps in a week, that solidifies us. We're getting there.
So Mavs Gaming just traded Dimes, I think the week before that. They traded for Reese Mode off of the Raptors, and we already played the Raptors twice the previous year, or earlier in the year. So we knew the Raptors well, so we knew Reese Mode well. So Dimes was like their point guard, was their guy. So kind of didn't really know their identity going into that game. They had a new point guard, a whole new system, this and that, but we knew that they were a struggling team. They were a negative record. We knew that probably the vibes and the morale over there was down bad, so we just knew we had to just get on and take care of business.
Game 1 was good. I remember we were ahead a lot and we blew the lead a little bit.
We were actually up that game by 25 points at one time. That third quarter, we were up 25, we're rolling, and all of a sudden they start playing this different defense that we'd never seen before, and Jack didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. Brandon, nobody. We didn't have an answer for it, and they went on a run, and we kind of started playing not to lose instead of just to win, if that makes sense. Obviously, a win's a win, but it was one of those things. It was an eye opener for sure. It was like, wow, we're not as good as we think we are. So it was definitely tough.
Yeah, so going into Game 2, we knew we had to adjust to what they did at the end of Game 1, and we did. We came in swinging, and we made a statement.
We beat them by a bigger margin the second game. Our defense came alive that game. Once again, locking in on Jen, making other people beat us. So that was the main points of emphasis that game 2.
Having those two sweeps right off the bat after having the bad loss was just one of those things that was like, wow, we're not going to break. We just got to just stay the course. And yeah, it was huge for morale.
Yeah, so going into week 9, we feel super good coming off 2 sweeps, but we knew the Knicks were gonna, they were in desperation time. They needed one of those wins to put themselves in playoff contention.
The Knicks started off slow this season, but they picked up momentum. They were gunning to make the playoffs, and they were ready to punch us in the mouth, and we just had to be prepared for it.
Yeah, Game 1 was extremely tough, mentally for us as a team. I felt we weren't playing as a whole unit, as we usually do.
We had a chance to win that game in the fourth quarter, basically put it away. We missed a couple shots, they come down, they hit a couple shots, and we couldn't get a stop. We knew we shouldn't have lost the game, after the game, we just knew that. And so after we lost, it was just like one of those back to the drawing board type games.
Yeah, Game 2, playing a desperate team, it's tough. They're always going to fight. They're never going to give up. They realize their season may be over.
Once again, another close game. It was a really offensive, defensive game, back and forth, like a boxing match.
After the Knicks series, we felt like we let ourselves down, and we had to adjust, and we weren't winning games like we thought we should win them, so we kind of went back to the drawing board, and so I think everyone went home, did a little bit of self-reflection, and came back the next day with something that they thought that we could improve on, and we talked a little bit, and we got better from there.
So going into that game against Gen G, We were really confident going into it. We knew our defense was going to be even better than it was in the turn. Our offense is going to be even better. So we were just going to be an even better team than we were.
We know their team dynamic. We know what they like to do, and I feel like this game, you know, after the Knicks series, we just were like, okay, we got to be more prepared. And I feel like everybody locked in on film, and we were like, let's go. Like, it's like, okay, now we got to sweep Jim G. That's the plan, and you know, that was our mindset going in.
Yeah, no, game one was it was a relatively close one. I think, you know, we were in control for most of the game, but you know, they did their thing, and you know, it was nice to end up on top. I felt like that game, like early on especially, could have gone either way, and it was nice to just close out a good game again.
You know, we only won by, I think, a couple possessions. So game two, we wanted to really let the league know that we're in the playoffs, so let's do this thing.
Game two, we were actually, like, we were having fun that game.
Everybody was finally like relaxing a little bit. Like, we clinched playoffs, and everybody was like, all right, let's have fun with it. And I think that was the biggest thing. I think towards the end of the season, it's just taking a deep breath and guys just go out there and ball, man. I don't know. It's just me, man.
After game two of Gen G, we officially made the playoffs, so we get the big X by our name, and it was huge. You know, it's what we played the regular season for. It's what we do. We play for the big money.
It feels great to officially clinch the playoffs. First team to ever do that after being in the finals, so it feels good to kind of break that narrative of, you know, the finals curse. If you make the finals, you're not making playoffs next year. So it was kind of like a relief.
We were just like, win one game, because if we win one game, we clinch the first seed. So going into that 76ers series, we were like, hey, obviously relax, have fun, but all we needed was basically one win to clinch our, you know, first seed.
We just wanted to prove to them that we were the better team, and I think after they got the best of us in week 4, that first game, we just wanted to prove to them that we were the best team in the East. I think that was the one team that, you know, really beat up on us. So it was nice to get them back.
That game one against 76ers, we knew, like, it was for the #1 seed, and we knew, like, we were going to show the league, like, put them on notice that Wizards D.G is still the #1 team in the league.
We came out, executed the game plan, you know, and flooded them. That was, you know, that's what we did. Just knocked them in the mouth.
Yeah, 70-56 was the final score after game one, and we just honestly pushed them around. I felt like everything was clicking. Jack was moving, I was moving, Ryan was moving on defense, Dini was swinging out the corner. We were hitting our peak, I felt like.
I feel like we were making the statement that, look, we're locked in. You know, now we won this game by so much, and we have the #1 seed. So, like, you better look out for us in playoffs. You got to come prepared every game.
So going into game 2 against the 76ers, we were playing out of position. Dave Fry was point guard. XO LeBron was shooting guard. Nudini was small forward. Jack, JBM was power forward, and I played center. So we pretty much went out there having fun for our last game of the season. So we started off really good, but then, like, our competitive side got the best of us. Like,
We come out, man, we're up like 15-2 to start the game. And we're killing. The energy in there is crazy. Like, it's nuts. And then obviously, you know,
You gotta buy into the system.
down the stretch, we don't keep playing the way we are.
But what went wrong, we stopped having fun. That's what happened. End of the line, end of story. I don't care what any of these guys say, that's all it was. They stopped having fun.
me and Jack, we got into it. Like, I think it was at halftime we got into it. It was definitely fun. Like, everyone had fun. And it was the last game of the season, and we're now just looking at playoffs.
I think game 2, we realized just how competitive of a group we are. You know, going up big to going down big and just yelling at each other when we knew that game didn't matter at all. But we still wanted to win. And that drive is hopefully will take us far in Dallas.
We were just having fun. It was, you know, we lost, but we still have the #1 seed going in the playoffs, and that was the main goal. So,
Yeah, so I think making it back to the playoffs after our championship run is just a testament to our group, and you know how we're never really satisfied. We always want to be better, and we're always going to elevate ourselves to the competition. And you know, we knew we had a target on our back all year, so I'm super proud of the guys for, you know, just coming in and working hard every day and continuously getting better, and you know, just never taking a day off.
Obviously, it doesn't really mean anything to us. It doesn't really mean like, oh, this and that. We know what's to come. We got to win the championship. Like, that's obviously always been the goal since the start. And we feel like we're the first team we're the first team that made playoffs. You know, championship team that's even made playoffs the next year. So we kind of want to be that first team that goes back too. So we're definitely locked in going into the playoffs.